let me just read the title. Resolution directing the Committee on Ways and Means and other appropriate committees of the Senate to conduct an inquiry in aid of legislation on the revenues generated by the government from the Philippine offshore gaming operators, POGO, vis-a-vis the social costs attendant to the operation of POGOs in the country, authored by Senator Joel Villanueva. And then there's another resolution, Senate Resolution 227, resolution directing the appropriate Senate committee conduct an inquiry in aid of legislation on the government's revenue collection from the implementation of Republic Act number 11590 and the economic and social costs incurred by the government in addressing crimes related to the Philippine offshore gaming operations industry, authored by yours truly. And lastly, proposed Senate Resolution 229, resolution expressing the sense of the Senate of the need to evaluate the existence of Philippine offshore gaming operators, POGOs, in the country in light of the social costs that outweigh the reported economic gains from its operations, authored by Senator Grace Poe. And tangent to this, we'll be conducting motu proprio, an oversight on the implementation of Republic Act number 11590. It's impossible to discuss all of these resolutions without going deeper into Republic Act number 11590. And Republic Act number 11590 is the law regulating the revenue collection of government from POGOs. And the title of this law, an act taxing Philippine offshore gaming operations, amending for the purposes sections 22, 25, 27, 28, 106, 108, and adding new sections 125A and 288G of the National Internal Revenue Code of 1997 as amended and for other purposes. So this is the law that governs the tax collection of POGOs in our country. So this is the fourth hearing, and aside from the topics that we have discussed during the first three hearings today, we'll be going deeper into Republic Act number 11590. So before I continue, let me direct the committee secretary to acknowledge our resource persons for today.
Good morning, Your Honor. For today's public hearing, we have the following resource persons. From the Department of Finance, we have Mr. Ricardo Toquero. From the Bureau of Internal Revenue, we have Attorney Sixto C. D. Jr. From the Philippine Amusement and Gaming Corporation, we have Attorney Roderick R. Consolacion, Mr. Robert C. Lecquiao, and Attorney Jessa Maris Fernandez. From the Department of Labor and Employment, we have Division Chief Rosalinda Pineda. From the Securities and Exchange Commission, we have Attorney Ann Kathleen G. Daguro and Attorney Marie Grace Anga-Angan. From the Anti-Money Laundering Council, we have Executive Director Attorney Matthew M. David, Director Jerry L. Leal, and Attorney Arnold T. Cabandit. From the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas, we have Attorney Florabel M. Santos Madrid and Attorney Katrina Ann T. Limbonhay Aldon. And from the Association of Service Providers and POGOs, ASPAP, we have Attorney Paul J. Bonco and Attorney Michael I. Danganan. That will be all, Your Honor.
Thank you, ComSec. For the record, we requested everyone to join us physically today because this is a very critical hearing, and we plan to conclude the hearing today so that we can already report out the committee report. So we requested everyone to participate physically, meaning coming to the Senate. And that's why I thank everyone. I personally thank everyone for taking time, effort. I know you have to take your antigen or other tests to come in the Senate, but I really appreciate the your effort in joining us today so that we can discuss in depth and thoroughly and without any technical hindrance the issues surrounding the resolutions and the said law. I requested everyone to be here physically because, as we all know, Zoom or WebEx is not perfect. And there's so many times that we, in the middle of discussing critical items, naglalag siya, nag-choppy siya. I don't know if it's intentionally or not, no? But there's so many things that our
Hindi ko mabasa.
what business
Valid-
permit did they submit to PAGCOR?
Issued by Parañaque City.
Yes, Your Honor. Parañaque City.
What address is the Parañaque City?
Anong address mo? We'll check the record, Your Honor.
What's the address that they submitted in Parañaque?
We're checking the record, Your Honor.
Okay, we'll wait so that will align our records.
Your Honor.
Go ahead, Attorney Consolacion.
The address is Block 13, Lot 14, St. Thomas Street, Don Bosco Village, Parañaque City.
That is the address of the business permit that was submitted to you in compliance to the TOR,
Yes, Your Honor.
in compliance to the bidding. Okay. So we took the liberty of contacting LGU Parañaque to know what type of establishment this building is. And I think the business permit that was submitted to you refers to the business permit of Global Myoho. Global Myoho Range, correct? That's the business permit that was submitted to you. It's by Global Myoho Range. Or before it was Myoho Range Copy Incorporated, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. So we took the liberty of contacting Parañaque LGU, and they sent us this picture. Yan. This is the address of, this is the picture of the address that was sent to you. It's not an office. It looks like a townhouse. If you look at sa baba, parang, ewan ko, may sampayan. Doesn't look like a third-party auditor office, no? Auditing POGO and receiving 6 billion pesos. And then in the report of Parañaque, let's go, their findings, no building permit and certificate of occupancy in their, doon mo sa isa, sa Parañaque. No? There's no building permit and certificate of occupancy. And when they inspected, this is their findings. No? Business permit, ayan, just focus on the findings. Business permit of the status of Globalcom RCI and Globalcom RCI within the number is delinquent and due for renewal as per business permit and licensing office. Okay. No person was available to talk to at the subject site at the time of the inspection. Upon talking to the neighbors, one of them was a previous employee of the said business operation. As of the information taken, the business is not operating since last year. No business activity at the time of inspection. Ground floor appears to be storage, and a garage sale notice was posted on the wall, and so on. So this is a business permit that was given to you. It's delinquent, and the building has no required permits. No. And let's go back to the picture. So obviously, this is not an office of a credible third-party auditor. No? Saan ba yan? Yung Parañaque picture. So na second budol na kayo. No? Pangalawang budol niyo na ito.
Your Honor, the business permit was issued in 2017.
Yes, it was, to be fair, in 2017, I think they were paid. In 2017, they were paid. Nevertheless, the office is still the same. It's not an office. It's a registered address pretending to be an office. I can give you naman any address. I can register any address. But obviously, this doesn't speak well of a company that will receive 6 billion pesos in payments. That alone give us an accurate gross gaming revenue that will be used for tax collecting. So ang tanong ko, did PAGCOR endeavor to at least inspect this office to determine the legitimacy of its principals? Huwag niyo naman sabihin, nag-submit kasi, kaya okay na yan. No? Ganun lang pala kadali sa PAGCOR, magsasubmit lang kami, okay na lahat. Well, obviously, wala nag-inspect, no? Kasi if somebody went there, then I don't think we'll be here.
I am asking the TWG.
Oh, sige,
Your Honor.
go ahead.
Sir, ito yung company na yung Global Commercial Nyoho. Nung nag-consortium na po sila, doon na po sila lumipat sa May Makati. Hindi na po dito yung command center nila. Doon na po sa Makati.
Yeah, but this was the basis of your approval, correct? Attorney
Yes,
Consolacion?
Yes, Your Honor.
This picture, this supposedly office, was the basis to approve the third-party auditor. No? But this is nowhere can be an office of a third-party auditor, of a credible third-party auditor. So paano yan nakalampas sa inyo? And then, let's call si Mr. Rivera, Ma'am Rivera. Uh, how many times did you inspect the new office in Century Peak?
Once, sir.
That's in November 29, 2022.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
And they were under construction.
There are already installed, few computers are installed already, sir. And
So-
they are fixing other
But
equipment.
were they operating? Meron bang operations?
There are few employees when we inspected, Mr. Chair.
Oo. And, but are they operating? Meron bang operation or are they renovating?
They are, I think they are operating, sir.
Ke-
But there are only few equipment.
Mr. Chair, when you say, I think there seems to be a doubt on your part. So, honestly speaking, tanungin kita, hindi ka nagduda sa kumpanya na yan? Pagdating mo doon, hindi ka nagduda?
The office kasi, sir, is not yet fully operational. That's why only a portion of the office is
Kaya nga, not
operational.
yet fully operational. Pero ilang taon na ba sila naging third party auditor ng PAGCOR?
5 years, sir.
5 years. So 5 years hanggang ngayon not fully operational. So how can they made valid and accurate accounting auditing report kung hindi sila fully operational? So hindi ka
Sir,
nagdududa.
Previously, sir, in their office in Goodland, they are fully operational, sir. However,
Napuntahan mo yung Goodland, napuntahan mo.
yes, sir. But since they just transferred here in Century Peak, sir, that's why it's when you observe the office, it's not yet fully equipped with computers, sir.
Okay.
So when will
Thank you,
they
Chairman.
be, when will they be fully operational?
Um, we shall wait for their final notice, sir, from when they will be
Yeah, but
fully operational.
wala bang prior notice to PAGCOR on their activities? This is your third-party auditor. You should know every single move the third-party auditor will do. Because, for example, kung you're saying they're partially operating or they're not operating, how will who's auditing?
There is a notice, Mr. Chair, that they will be transferring to Century Peak.
Okay, there's a notice that they will be transferring. Okay. And they gave you a sort of a transition program. No? For example, if they will stop operating in Goodland, there should be some form of transition plan. Have they submitted to PAGCOR a transition plan?
None, sir.
They didn't submit any transition plan.
None, sir.
So is the Goodland operation still operating? Where is the operation? And tanong ko, where is the third-party operator operating?
Sir, Mr. Chair, while transferring po doon sa Ermita, ang data po nakukuha nila ay nasa cloud. Yung iba pong employees nila, work from home and during the transfer to Ermita.
These are all what? Verbal advice to you? There's no transition plan, di ba? There's no relocation plan or there's no, walang ganon? So these are all just verbal advice?
Nagkaroon po kami ng meeting with the President of Global. In coming 2 months, ang sabi po sa amin. And nandun po yun sa minutes. Sa minutes po ng meeting namin with the President, Mr. Fernandez.
All right.
Thank
So
you.
merong minutes of the meeting on how they will
Yes, sir.
transfer. Submit to us that minutes of the meeting.
Okay, sir.
And submit to us the inspection report, Ms. Rivera. Yes, go ahead.
Sir, may I ask Vice President Robert Lucquiao,
Yes, Mr. Chair.
how long have you been the Vice President ng CEMED PAGCOR?
For Vice President po, almost 1 year. Yeah, okay po.
So previous administration ka pa, Vice President ka na?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you po.
Thank you. Thank you. Um, I have doubts on the activities of the third-party auditor because we also asked Manila City. In fact, for the record, no, our team went there twice to do surprise inspection. Anong dates yun? Yung surprise inspection natin.
December 15 and January 20.
December 15 and January 20. No? So they were not allowed to go in the building. So what our team did is, while there, they called the representative of Globalcom RCI. Name of the representative?
Morris Abodia.
Mr. Morris Abodia. No, he is the representative on record of the committee. No? So our team called Mr. Morris, saying that we have a team doing surprise inspection, but the disclosure to us was the building is still under construction. Oh, sorry, the office is still under construction. Hence, there is no one there, and everyone is working from home. No, so that is the disclosure to us. So we went to Manila City Hall to ask for certification if there's indeed an application from Globalcom RCI or Globalcom RCI Incorporated. Apparently, there's no application for occupancy permit and building permit. So it's either nag-renovate na lang sila by themselves without any permit, or they don't want to apply, you know. But definitely, there's no application whatsoever because we had doubts if they are indeed doing renovation or not. So, but based on records, they are not doing renovation, or they did not apply for permits. No. At the same time, if they have intention operating in Manila, we also ask the BPLO, the Business Permit and Licensing Office of Manila, and apparently there's no business permit for Globalcom RCI and Globalcom RCI Incorporated. So, like I said, no, any activity. But fish vendor nga, meron nga kaming business permit sa fish vendor namin eh. No, kahit na 10 pesos lang. An endeavor this size should have a business permit. But they don't have a business permit. So, and it seems to me it's consistent. They don't have a business permit in Makati after operating for 5 years. They don't have any intention of applying for a business permit here in Manila. What kind of a businessman or a business entity who operates without a business permit? Anong klaseng negosyante yan, Senator Bato?
POGOs is willing continually to do business with this kind of entity. Huh? Patuloy lang yung business niyo with this kind of entities. So, bakit kaya? Bakit?
Your Honor, they continuously give us data, what we need, the data we need, but we are not paying them. Yes, Your Honor.
It's still a contractual obligation. Even though you're not paying them, at one point, they can demand to be paid for their services. Correct?
That's the reason why, that's the reason, Your Honor, that we are continuously evaluating their performance because they cannot go beyond the threshold be set in the contract.
Attorney, this casts doubt on the legitimacy of the third-party auditor. The basic requirements such as building permits, business permits, they don't have it. And then they'll submit to you a spurious bank certification. Then their address, nakita nyo naman yung address niya. What does this speak about the third-party auditor and its principles? When we gave them a chance to join us, it's not we didn't give them a chance. given the chance to clarify all of this. But since they're not here, we're just going to direct our questions to the contracting party.
Mr. Chair, before attorney answers, is PAGCOR, are you satisfied with the performance of the global year, ano ba yan? From RCI with the performance, the past 5 years in auditing as the third party auditor of Paradise Pogo operations?
Mr. Chair, since 2018 to 20, doon po nagbabayad ng consultancy fee. But from 21, 22, and 23, hindi po natin siya binabayaran dahil po hindi nga po nasa-satisfy yung threshold na ibinigay natin sa kanya.
So you're not satisfied?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, because I mean, if their operations is like this, it really cast a doubt already, as what the chairman has been pointing out. And if they're working from home only and earning 6 billion for 10 years, parang nakakaduda din talaga, no? Ganun lang pala, pwede naman work from home, Mr. Chairman. It really affects the legitimacy, the question of legitimacy of this entity is very, very, is very obvious, Mr. Chair.
Mr. Chair, all of these will be considered in the pre-termination of this contract, Your Honor. So we are evaluating this not in the context or basis of the 9184, but on the civil code or breach of contract.
Mr. Chair, siguro it's about time that this committee becomes the party auditor. Fourth party auditor. We audit the third party auditor. This committee becomes the fourth party auditor. Para maklaro natin. Di ba? Mahirap yung puro tayo duda. Kailangan natin ma-establish talaga natin lahat ng facts. Pasensya na kayo kung ganyan talaga yun. Lalo na ako, utak pulis ako eh. Talagang magdududa kagad ako pag ganun. Lalo na si Senator Robin Padilla, dalawa kami. I am a law enforcer. Siya naman ay law blank. Blank, kaya pareho kami nagdududa. Pareho kami nagdududa. Kaya para maiwasan ang duda, siguro we audit the auditor. Support party auditor tayo dito. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Senator Bato and Senator JV and Senator Padilla for your suggestions and comments. But this is very important because, again, it's in the law. No? It's the job of the Senate through its oversight powers to make sure that the law is being implemented. No? Because the law is very clear. No? Reputable, independent, reputable, internationally known, duly accredited as such by an accredited crediting or similar agency. The reputable is where this is coming in. No? So if you are, if this entity cannot get even basic documents such as a business permit, then what kind of reputation are they projecting? Definitely, hindi maganda yan. Especially, we're relying on them for the gross gaming revenue.
Mr. Chair, nakalagay naman pala sa batas na yan, yung COA and BIR may undertake a post-audit or independent verification of the gross gaming revenues determined by the third party auditor. Pwede naman pala. Thank you, Mr. So, dapat tingnan rin nila. Additional trabaho nila ito. Di ba? Nandito bang COA at saka BIR? Wala, no? Hindi na BIR. May BIR. Ang dami yung trabaho, di ba? Dagdagan pa ngayon dito. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, I'll jump to another topic, but I'm sure PAGCOR has been taking notes on the previous discussion. On the topic of the payments being paid, being made by PAGCOR, up to date, how much payments have we made to the third-party auditor?
Mr. Chair, 842 million. 10,686.66 po.
To date, that is the
Consultancy fee po.
consultancy fee. But obviously, there are payables to them, no? Because the contract specifies, I think, about 500, on average, at least 500 million a year. Is that correct?
It was amended already, Your Honor.
Okay.
Uh,
And have they accepted the amendment, or they are
Yes.
still claiming?
Yes, Your Honor, they accepted. In fact, they signed in the a portion of the letter and the amended contract.
Okay. The 842 million, who is it paid to? Who is it paid to?
Sir, paid to Globalcom RCI.
As the consortium or as the corporation? Because si Myoho converted its name to Globalcom RCI in what year? 2019. In 2019. no? So initially it was the consortium who signed the contract with PAGCOR, and then in 2019, tama ba? Global Moho changed its name exactly to Globalcom RCI Incorporated. No? So there are now two Globalcom RCI. One is the original consortium, one is the corporation. So who are you paying to?
The Globalcom RCI na po yung consortium po.
The consortium.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And the consortium is the one receiving the amount, correct?
Yes, Mr.
What is
Chair.
the TIN number of the consortium?
Check lang sa amount.
Sir, we check first po sa aming accounting.
Mr. Chair, through what bank kayo nagbabayad, Vice President?
Mr. Chair, nandito po yung accounting namin.
Baka mamaya doon rin kayo nagbabayad sa Soliel, ha? Yung bank chartered bank na yun, baka mamaya doon rin kayo nagbabayad.
We'll check first with our accounting, sir.
Tulungan mo natin. Thank you, thank you.
Go ahead.
Sir, we'll check lang po with our accounting.
Yeah. Actually, basic to. Dapat alam nyo ito. Dapat alam nyo sino binabayaran nyo. To know kung nagbabayad sila ng taxes.
Sir, through Land Bank, we will check lang po the TIN number.
You just want to know the TIN number.
Yes, sir. We're currently checking po sa finance. We will go back. Sir, tin po is 502 085 988 000.
Can you repeat that again?
502
Okay.
085 988 000.
000. And this 502-085-988-000 is the tin of the consortium. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Because iba yung tin ng Myoho, iba yung tin ng Comfac, iba yung tin ng Highweb based on our records eh. So itong 502, this is the tin of the consortium?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, but based on our inquiry with BIR, si Attorney D is here, there is no Globalcom RCI consortium registered with BIR. Is that correct, Attorney D?
Yes, Your Honor.
So what is this? Itong 502-085-988-000, what is the registered name for this? Because according to the BIR, the consortium is not a registered taxpayer. So who is PAGCOR paying to? The tin of Myoho is different. The tin of Comfac is different. So who is this?
Sir, we will verify lang po sa finance. Thank you po.
Meron na? Meron ng registered name? Yung 502?
Sir, still checking pa po.
Working lunch tayo ha. Yung may pagkain, pwede nang kumain ng dandahan dyan. Baka andar yung natin, ulcer. Thank you.
While we're waiting for that, matagal pa ba, Mr. Robert? We'll go to another topic so we won't waste time. No? W- and this is the technical capabilities of the third-party auditor. And based on the document submitted, HiWeb seems to be the technology provider, tama? Because si Myoho is a domestic corporation, uh, and the business is distribution. I think Comfac is into IT, but the software portion is with HiWeb. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
So HiWeb will be supplying the software. Tama, Mr. Robert?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Okay. And in the terms of reference, nakasulat dito, there are several items here that will establish the technical capability of the third-party auditor. One is has implemented similar projects in at least 3 other gaming jurisdictions with standards at par or at par with or higher than the Philippines. No? So this is in the context, I would assume, of a third-party auditor, correct?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Tama.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
So they have to demonstrate that they have similar projects, no, parehong proyekto in 3 other gaming jurisdictions with higher standards than what we require or what the Philippines has. No? Tama? That's my interpretation of this.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Okay. Which are the 3 jurisdictions that they submitted?
Sir, they submitted 2 completed projects, one in Bahamas and one in Sweden.
Okay. And all right, sige. And what is the nature? Let's take one by one, no? Well, first of all, hindi ba dapat 3 projects under the TOR?
Ongoing, sir.
So bakit 2 projects lang?
Sir, there is
Completed.
also 2 ongoing projects in Trinidad and Tobago and the United Kingdom.
So they submitted 4.
Yes.
So 2 are completed, 2 are ongoing.
Yes.
Okay. But the requirement of the TOR is 3.
Yes, Your Honor. 3.
But they only completed 2.
Ito lang ba? Yes. Oh. Okay.
Don't tell me you counted also the one being ongoing. Has implemented similar projects eh.
Ongoing.
So ba't na-count in ongoing?
Apparently, Your Honor, they reported that the ongoing is also qualified. The ongoing contracts, those ongoing contracts were qualified.
Yeah, but the TOR is very specific, has implemented similar projects. So meaning dapat tapos na siya.
Yes, Your Honor. But maybe that's the reason. The reason why is why this category and the checklist there ano? In the rating and evaluation of eligibility documents, Your Honor, they did not ano, perfect score. They just rated this as 22.5%. They did not get the maximum. The maximum rating.
Yeah, but that's a violation of your own TOR. Kasi the TOR required implemented similar projects. So this means that dapat tapos na siya. So that's number one. Number two, here in the TOR, it said similar project, no? With standards at par with or higher than the Philippines. Yan yung qualification natin. So I was looking at the projects that they have implemented. One is let's take the Bahamas for example. Yung sa Bahamas, they implemented the project there for whom? Kanino nila in-implement yan?
Sir, to EBWL Gaming Limited.
So what is EBWL Gaming?
May meaning ba to? Saan?
Ang EBWL is a private gaming company, correct?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Okay. And if you look at the contract, I read the contract nga over the weekend. The service is to provide the licensor's license audit and management platform along with available licensed gaming applications. No? So in other words, it's providing service, audit and management platform and gaming applications for a private company. So this is a private company operating gaming. And part of its gaming application is an audit application. Obviously, the main is gaming and you audit the gaming, correct? So how is this similar to what we need here in the Philippines insofar as third-party audit is concerned?
Sir, it's stated here that the EBWL is connected with design, other technical services, deployment of audit and management platform from scratch along with the full landscape gaming functionality support.
EVWL is a private company. It's not a regulator.
Yes, sir.
Tama? It's not a regulator.
Yes, sir.
And the TOR specified implemented similar project.
I will.
Yes, Your Honor. Similar project, Your Honor.
How is it similar?
But there are only handful of government regulator in the whole world that government regulators.
Yeah, but that's not the point, Attorney Consolacion. The point here is is in your TOR. Eh. The intention of the TOR is good.
Yes.
No, I know the intention of the TOR. The intention of the TOR is actually to get the best possible third-party auditor who has experience in other regulatory bodies, in other gaming jurisdiction. That is the intention.
Yes, yes, Your Honor.
And I support that. That's very clear. No? I think the intention of POGCOR here through its TOR is commendable. But unfortunately, what you compare this is not apple to apples. The platform that they supplied is to a private company for its gaming operation that requires audit application also. I went through the contract. Eh.
Yes, Your Honor. Yes, Your Honor.
So how is it the same? How is it similar?
The audit platform, Your Honor, is similar.
But this is, we're auditing POGOs eh. This is auditing gaming applications that they bought from High Web. Not because my word audit doon is similar. Not because there's an audit platform word kala nyo similar. But if you look at the nature of their business, it's very different.
What we are procuring, Your Honor, is the audit program for POGOs. Yes,
Correct.
online, yes.
Correct. That's why you want similar.
Yes,
Diba? Similar in a sense what we want to do.
yes, Your Honor.
Correct. But the one they presented, is that similar?
I think, sir, the integration is similar when it comes to the system.
Integration of what? What are they integrating?
The integrating po in the different websites when it comes to Pogo.
No, but if you go through their contract with EBL, it's for their gaming applications for a private company. So my point here is we're not comparing apples to apples. We're comparing apples to oranges. Because what we want is applications for regulators like us, regulators like PAGCOR. That's what I saw here. So in other words, hindi nyo kinumpare pareho. Parang pinagbigyan na nilang because nakasulat yan, License Audit and Management Platform. Eh. But if you be strict, in a sense that it should be servicing regulators, like the Nevada Gaming Commission, like the Singapore Gaming Commission, or other gaming commissions, that should be the case. Not my contract with a private company, my contract with a government regulator. Because that's what the TOR specified. And hindi na sinundan yung TOR. So how do we now have this level of confidence that they are technically capable if we are comparing different platforms?
Your Honor, in my mind, support me in this. I'm not a technical man. In my mind, that program can be used by a regulator or by a private casino or private
Attorney de Consolacion, nowhere in the documents they said that. Ah. Walang ganun dito sa documents. I read the documents. Unless you can show to me where in their documents said that my platform with EWL can be used with any regulator. Meron bang nakasulat yan sa submission nila? Can you show to the committee any undertaking?
wala.
Or any
None.
statement?
None, Your Honor.
Yeah, go ahead, Robert.
None, Your Honor.
None. So you just assume that pwedeng gamitin sa gobyerno. You just assume. That's my point. Because I went through the documents, hindi ko makita where's the connection eh. And yet you approve the technical capability of the supposedly third-party auditor. Another issue here in the technical, in your TOR, the intermediary platform or audit program owned by the consultant must be of proven mature technology with at least one certification issued by an international certifying body. Which is the certification of the international certifying body? What is the certification? Daming bukas na ito. Daming bukas.
Mr. Chair, so many questions are left unanswered. Baka pwede natin sila bigyan ng time na mag-prepare ng kalakasan. Kasi ngayon, wala. Wala no, hindi nyo masagot yon yung tanong na yan. Para di mo,
I am asking the TWG, Your Honor.
okay. Mr. Chair, if I may. How open ba yung kwan? Ang renewal ng kontrata ninyo with this company every year? Yung kontrata niyo with this company?
That's for 10 years po.
Yung third
10 years
party
10 years na po siya. May
10
contract
years?
po, opo.
years contract?
Yes po.
10 years. So nag-start ito when?
2017 po.
2017. So you have to deal with them for the next kuan pa? 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Meron pang 4 years remaining. Haba pa.
Your Honor, we are reviewing the contract based on all those informations that we received. And based on their performance, Your Honor. Since there are now for 3 straight years, for 3 straight years they haven't surpassed our threshold before we pay them.
So mayroong provision doon sa contract na if you are not satisfied, you can terminate their contract kahit na hindi pa umabot ng 10 years.
Yes, Your Honor. We can pre-terminate
So
based on the civil
due
code.
diligence.
Yes, Your Honor.
Due diligence ang hihingi natin sa inyo para hindi ba sayang?
Yes, Your Honor.
Sayang. Thank you.
So going back to my question, which certifying body? Kasi part yan ng TOR eh.
Sir, the BMM Test Labs certified the high webs.
Okay, what did they certify?
Sir, the BMM evaluate the scope of evaluation, the software characteristics, and the content of the management system.
Yeah, but what did they certify? Ano yung sinertify nila? Of course, they submit a certification from BMM Test Labs. We checked the internet. BMM Test Lab seems to be a credible international accreditation body. But what did they certify? Ano yung sinertify nila?
Sir, if I may, I will read the conclusion.
Hmm.
An evaluation of one-click gaming platform with one-click games, lottery engine, one-click game, lottery games, winner circle lottery game was performed of verbal operation of functionality of the gaming platform in games. In accordance with the scope of this project, BMM Test Labs finds that one-click gaming platform, one-click game lottery, one-click game, Borley lottery game, game winners click lottery game complies with the following standards. GLI 19 interactive gaming system version 2.0 dated February 15, 2013.
Yeah, correct. An evaluation of one-click games gaming platform and one-click games lottery engine, one-click games roulette lottery games, one-click games winner circle lottery games was performed to verify operations and functionality of the gaming platform and games. Third-party auditor bang lottery?
There is a lottery game in a POGOs.
Yeah, but the accreditation is for lottery gaming applications. But is that the same with a third-party auditing platform?
Yes, sir, but it's connected with the integration of the system through other games. It's the same.
But where is that here? Can you point out to me? Point to me where's the
not here,
connection.
sir.
Sige.
Not here, sir.
Nasaan?
Wala po dito.
But this is the document you use to approve them. Sige, to give them the benefit of the doubt, where is the connection to a third-party auditing platform? Show me the connection here.
Sir, wala po ditong nasusulat. Pero yung integration po to other games, just like lottery and other games, I think, sir, dun sa system, parehas po siya ng
Yeah,
application.
but a cursory reading of this, what they certified are for lottery.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
For lottery,
Yes, sir.
not for third-party auditing platform of POGOs. And that you are assuming that it's connected. I give you a benefit of the doubt. Where is that written here?
Not wala po
Correct.
dyan.
Wala. So how come they got approved? Number one, it's not similar contract. You're just assuming that it can be similar. It can be similar, but the document's not here. Number two, the international accreditation, you're also assuming that the lottery engine can be used for third-party auditing of PAGCOR, but the documentation is not here. Everything is just assuming. But yet you use this document to approve the third-party auditor. So bottom line, without any document that will establish the connection to a third-party auditing platform, HiWeb is not compliant and HiWeb is not technically capable. Wala akong nakita dito that they have software catering to regulators like PAGCOR. None. Wala tayong nakita dito. And if you have documents to show me, then well and good. But none. I read this over the weekend, lahat. Wala akong nakita. So again, how did HiWeb become technically compliant based on your TOR in the absence of those disclosures and even undertakings? Paano sila pumasa? Mr. Robert.
Sir, if I may, I have the T number and the
Answer mo muna, ha? Paano sila pumasa? What is your conclusion? Kasi all of your statements are just assumptions, eh. No? So what made you conclude that they are technically capable? Based on the documents that you submitted.
Sir, based on our experience in gaming, we just check the back end of the audit platform and compared to the audit plan, the Global.com RCI, we have access in the back office of the.
During the bidding proper, during the bidding, TOR to eh. So they should be compliant with the TOR. So doon sa dalawa lang, sa similar in 3 jurisdictions and international accreditation, based on the documents, how did they pass? One is for lottery, one is for private company. So how, educate me on what is the decision-making process of the BAC and the TWG that made them decide that this high web is technically capable and can deliver an accurate GGR for us. Meron ba? Educate us. In any case, again, no, parang nabudol tayo ng high web eh. No? Nabudol tayo. Nagsubmit lang sila ng documents. They just submitted all of these things. And then you took it at face value without analyzing the contents of I read the contract. I read all of that over the weekend. I was trying to make a sense of it. Eh. In fairness to you and to the third-party auditor. But I couldn't make a sense out of it. Eh. So, again, nabudol tayo on the technical capabilities. Going with the documents, I would not definitely recommend high web because they don't have the experience. They have the experience lottery, they have the experience for gaming applications. For private sector, that's fine. But for government regulators such as PAGCOR, zero experience. Based on the documents. And you can prove me wrong. I'm open to that. Lastly is the TIN. Sige, let's talk about the TIN.
Sir, the T number is 502-085-988-000 to registered to 4th floor, Goodland Building, 377 Senator Hill Puyat Avenue, Bel Air, NCR, 4th District, City of Makati. That's all, sir.
The taxpayer name.
Taxpayer.
That's the address, the taxpayer name. PAGCOR should know who are they
Sir,
paid
there is
to.
dito po sa resibo nakalagay po yung Globalcom RCI.
Globalcom RCI as a consortium or as a
Consortium, sir.
consortium? Okay. I think BIR can participate,
sir,
can join us.
Sir, I could clarify. Sir, based on the certification issued by our agency, Global Com RCI Consortium is not registered. However, sir, it also says here that they found a Global Com RCI. And we checked the TIN that was provided by PAGCOR. It appears, sir, that it is registered as a joint venture.
It's registered as a joint venture.
Yes, yes, sir.
Okay.
But only the name with the name Global Com RCI.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And who is the representative of the joint venture? This Globalcom RCI joint venture.
The surviving entity, Your Honor, is the Globalcom RCI.
No, but the registered in PAGCOR is a joint venture, no? So who are the entities belong to the joint venture and who is the representative?
Based on the submitted document, Your Honor, Global MRCI, authorized representative is Paulino Fernandez Jr. High Web Trade Limited, Jose Marie Saulo, authorized representative. Comfac Corporation, Oscar Rui Vivar, authorized representative, Your Honor.
Are they submitting to you any financial statements?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, because
Wala po under
yeah, because we couldn't find anything in the SEC. No, and let me just show. Saan dito yung consortium? Yung consortium. Lahat ng certification sa consortium. Meron ba?
Meron po, sir.
Yeah. Yung non-registration. Because in the we asked the SEC, and there seems to be no registered joint venture, Globalcom joint venture. So meaning we cannot get any financial statements of the joint venture, no? So in other words, we cannot determine whether the joint venture is paying taxes or not. But if you break it down to the three entities, no? You mentioned Attorney Consolacion. Let me just flash it on table 3. We compare this to the payments that you made, no, in to the joint venture, to Globalcom joint venture. Let me just flash it, no. Table 3. Ito, I'll show you, no. Binangga namin ito sa payment ng PAGCOR. 2018, it paid 200 million. 2019, 466 million. 2020, 159 million. We compared it to the audited financial statements as disclosed to the SEC by the three shareholders. If you look at yung Globalcom RCI, only declared 7 million in income. It's supposed to get 50% of the 214, no? Diba? They represent 50%. So in 2019, they only declared 5 million in income. And they're supposed to get 50% of the 466 and so on. So we couldn't find where is the income of PAGCOR or where is the payment of PAGCOR going as income to the third-party auditor. We couldn't figure out kung nasaan siya. Because if you just look at the Globalcom RCI, wag na si Comfac because si Comfac has other businesses, no? It has other businesses. But si Globalcom RCI, which is Global Myoho, it's declaring less than the amount, 50% to what it's supposed to get. So, from a shareholder level, definitely walang income nang pumapasok. So, from a joint venture level, doon pumapasok yung income. But we couldn't get the annual, the audited financial statements because they're not registered with the SEC. Tama po ba sa SEC? The consortium/JV is not registered?
Yes, Your Honor. Upon our search with our database, we could not find any Globalcom RCI na joint venture. However, we only found the Globalcom RCI Inc., which was the global not global, Myoho Range Copy Inc.
So what we want to find out from PAGCOR, if they are um, giving you, if you are requiring from them audited financial statements in order to determine if they are faithfully complying with their tax obligations. I know I won't ask BIR no, if they're paying or not. I'm sure by statute, BIR is not allowed to disclose, at least on record, what are the tax payments. But with the PAGCOR, I just want to find out if you are also monitoring the compliance of the third-party auditor.
Sir, humingi pa lang po kami sa Global RCI ng receipt na kung sila ay nagbabayad sa BIR.
Because in your contract also on okay, flash nga to. Do you have this? Ito.
Consultancy contract.
Meron ba tayo niya? In your contract, in number 5, section 5, number 2, let me just read. PAGCOR reserves the right to suspend payments for any and or all parts of the contract if consultant becomes remiss in the payment of taxes. And I commend PAGCOR because being a government entity, you should also help government collect taxes. No? If your own supplier is not paying taxes, then being a government entity, you should help our fellow tax administrator to collect efficiently. But how do you know if they are paying their taxes if you don't have their audited financial statements? And nowhere, we couldn't track it down. Wala sa SEC. How do we...
Sir, nagwi-withheld po tayo ng 15% doon po sa binabayad nating consultancy fee.
I know that.
Yes, sir.
But even though it's being withheld, are they declaring the right amount? I know you're withholding taxes, creditable income taxes. No? But how do we know that they are declaring income? If you look at the shareholder level, ang baba ng income nila, HighWeb is only declaring 7 million, 5 million. So saan pumupunta yung kita? In short, saan pumupunta yung kita? Ms. Rivera, you wanna take the So
Mr. Chair, regarding if we have requested documents from the third-party auditor, last December 12, Mr. Chair, we sent a letter to the third-party auditor requesting for proof of payment on tax obligations to other government agencies, including but not limited to financial statement, general information sheet, SEC submittals, and tax returns. But we have yet to receive the requested documents, Mr. Chair.
So you sent them a letter December 12, 2022.
Yes, Mr.
Today is
Chair.
already January 23, 2023. And they have not yet submitted to you all those documents pertaining to tax payments.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Ano ibig sabihin nun? It's either they don't want to submit or they don't have anything to submit?
Mr. Chair, last December 27, they have replied through electronic mail, and they mentioned that they will provide and give and will update as soon as possible.
Yeah, but that's not the point. The point is it's already January 23. Where are the documents?
We have yet to receive them,
Correct.
Mr. Chair.
So what is PAGCOR doing? Inagay nyo sa contract ninyo, you can suspend the contract if they're remiss to paying taxes. How come you're not enforcing that?
This information, sir, Your Honor, will be considered in our recommendation to the board for determination.
Not only nabudol tayo ng third-party auditor, these are tax evaders as well. And then you expect us to believe that the gross gaming revenue that they are giving us is 100% accurate. Parang malabo naman yun, I think. Bottom line is, based on the documents and all of that, bottom line is the third-party auditor is not credible, is not capable. The third-party auditor is not qualified. Simple things like address and business permit, wala sila. So how do you expect us, the Filipino people, to believe that what they are supplying to us in the form of information is accurate? So I am imploring on PAGCOR to take all of this information. Sabi ko nga kay Sen Bato, it's either nabudol kayo o nagpabudol kayo eh. So, but I expect you to rectify all of these things. No?
Yes, Your Honor. In fact, may I manifest before the committee, Your Honor, that in my letter dated December 20, 2022, received by Globalcom RCI on January 18, 2023, PAGCOR is seeking the refund of $7.9 million from Global RCI. So after, we are just waiting for their comment on this letter. We will send another formal demand letter.
How much is that, attorney? Magkano?
7,982,629.11.
And why is that? What is the nature of that refund?
Because of the amendment to the contract, Your Honor, that they should not receive payment unless they exceeded the threshold set by PAGCOR. So this is based on their performance, Your Honor.
Thank you. But more importantly, I think while digesting what we have discussed today, the more importantly are the lives of our constituents, as what Senator and General Bato mentioned earlier. Yan my sense of urgency. I think all of these things can be can have extra time, but the lives being disrupted by those criminals, that one walang ano yan, walang time. We need to do it now. That's why those two licensees or those two service providers should be investigated and also terminated immediately, because that's already a proven fact.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yeah.
ASAP, Your Honor.
Yeah. And lastly, this is my last topic. Ito na lang, we'll just request from PAGCOR, from BIR, the number of employees registered with BIR, in line with RA 11590. This is the withholding tax on compensation, and just supply us how much have we collected on the withholding tax on compensation
Yes,
as,
Your
as
Honor.
under the law.
Yes, Your Honor. I think
Yeah.
they're already, it's under process, Your Honor.
Yeah,
And
we
just
need that to complete our analysis whether the law is effective or not, and if we are collecting rightfully or not. No? So that's just supply us with that information. We have the information naman from PAGCOR, DOLE, and BI on the other information. So with that, Senator Bato, Senator Padilla, any more questions to our resource persons?
Mr. Chairman, I just would like to reiterate my motion a while ago that in the next hearing, we have to invite yung Soliel Chartered Bank, tsaka yung Global RCI, at saka yung isa, ano yung isang kumpanya ba? Para to shed light on their itong mga questions na hindi masagot-sagot ng PAGCOR dahil siguro sila mismo lang makasagot dito, Mr. Chair. Thank you.
Thank you for that reminder, Senator Bato. And definitely we'll invite the Globalcom RCI again, no?
And SEC, and SEC, Mr. Chair.
Yeah, SEC is here.
Okay, thank you. And the feedback coming from Central Bank to our query. Kung pinuntahan na ba nila? May pumunta na?
I asked one staff to go to the site, but they tried to call the phone number in the bank certification and no one is answering. So a staff will be going there to check the site, sir.
Kung ayaw niyo pumunta doon, sabi ni Senator Ruben Padilla, siya na pupunta doon. I-check niya yun. Para malaman kagad natin. Yun lang, Mr. Chairman. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator Bato. Just a reminder for submission to PAGCOR, evaluation report of Globalcom RCI, inspection report of Globalcom RCI, minutes of the meeting with Pres Fernandez, check on...
Yung Soliel's Chartered Bank.
Wala na yan. And then to BSP and AMLA, a report on Solel Chartered Bank, to trigger the investigation as well. And to BIR, everything in line with the withholding tax on compensation. And also to the BIR, we've already discussed potential tax evasion on the part of the third-party auditor. Let's trigger a investigation as well as a review on the declaration of the third-party auditor. I know you're bound by statute on the declaration, so we're not going to discuss that here. But please assure us that you will be looking into the potential tax evasion by the third-party auditor. And take note of the structure as well. With that, yeah, of course.
Maraming salamat po, mahal na tagapangulo. Mga pangyaw, ako po ay hanga naman sa PAGCOR sapagkat marami kayo natutulungan ng mga Pilipino, lalo na yung mga naghihirap, may sakit. Ayan. Ang tangi ko lang pong pakiusap, alam niyo, ako po hindi abogado, ako po yung criminologist, pero hindi po ako abogado, abogago ako eh. Opo. Pero, ang hihilingin ko lang po sana, ito pong sugal, morally, ano na to eh, may problema na tayo dito. Lahat naman tayo, Muslim ako, Kristiyano kayo, alam naman natin yan na legal yan sa mata ng Diyos. Pero hindi tayo nandito para sumamba. Nandito tayo dahil kumikita daw ang gobyerno dyan, may mga taong nagtatrabaho dyan, okay. Sa madaling salita, sindikato pa rin ito na ginagawa nating legal. Pero sana, wag na tayo mga may sindikato. Kung sindikato yan, wag na natin sindikatuhin. Tulungan nyo ang gobyerno, tulungan nyo kami. Kung ano yung nagawa nung nakalipas, kasi kanina naririnig ko, tinuturo yung nakalipas. Hindi nyo pa yan, hindi pa kayo, iba pa. Sana sa panahon po ninyo, matulungan niyo po kami. Kasi ako naman, nakikinig lang ako. Ako kasi gusto ko lagi nakikinig eh. Mas marami kang matututunan. Walang nasagot sa mga tanong ni mahal na tagapangulo. Nandito kami ni Senator Bato, dinadaan na lang namin sa tawa, pero alam niyo, masakit sa loob namin kasi parang sana po sa susunod na hearing may mga masagot na mga tanong, lalo na po pag may kinalaman sa kasi yung sinasabi nilang kinikita dito, yun na lang ang justification natin sa usapin ng moralidad. Pero kung kinikita dito, hindi naman natin alam kung saan napupunta o kung meron bang binabayad sa gobyerno o kung meron bang mga no permanent address na alam niyo, ugali ng kriminal yun. Yung wala kang address talaga na every 3 months sumahanap ka ng ibang bahay kasi parang hindi ka ma-issue na subpoena. Alam mo natin yung mga ganong style. Kaya po sana sa tulong po ng inyong mga matataas na posisyon at kayo po ay talagang may mga sapat na edukasyon, matulungan po natin yung gobyerno. Yun lamang po. Maraming salamat po, mahal na tagapangulo.
Mr. Chairman, dagdag ko lang yung sinabi ni Senator Robin Hood Padilla. Sinabi niya kanina na sana masakit yung tayo ay maloko. Pero sana hindi masarap yung tayo ay nagpaloko. Ha? Malaman yung sinabi mo. Malaman yung sinabi mo. Sana masakit yung tayo ay maloko, pero sana hindi masarap yung tayo ay nagpaloko. Yun lang, Mr. Chairman. Maraming salamat.
Wag lang tayo magpapaloko sa pag-ibig. Mahirap po yun. Kahit ilan abogado, walang mangyayari. Kidding aside, once again, thank you very much to our resource persons. Thank you for physically coming to the Senate. I know it's a little bit of a hassle. But then again, I want to put on record, we invited Globalcom RCI to participate. We expected a representative to join us, but they missed their chance. So thank you very much to everyone. This meeting is suspended.